I grew up in a small village in southern Nigeria, on land pressed between farmlands and a forest so ancient the trees looked older than memory itself. The forest had one rule: no one enters after dark. The elders called it the house of those between worlds. They said it belonged to the spirits who walked between the living and the dead. If you stepped into it at night, you didn't return, or worse still, you returned something else. When I was about 12, my uncle Emeka came home from the city. He was tall, charming, always in dark sunglasses, always mocking the ways of the village. To us kids, he looked untouchable. He didn't believe in rules. One night, after too much palm wine, he decided he would go into the forest to cut firewood at night. The elders begged him not to. My mother cried. He only laughed. "If they are spirits, let them try to stop me," he said, as he walked off with his machete. That day, the dogs howled, facing the forest until suddenly they stopped. The silence that followed was heavy, like the world itself was holding its breath. At dawn, the men searched for him. They found his machete driven into the soil as if hammered there by something not human. His footprints led into the forest, but none came out. No body, no trace, nothing. We buried an empty coffin. 3 nights later, I woke up to the sound of knocking, soft, deliberate, like someone trying not to wake the whole compound. My grandmother opened the door. It was my uncle. He looked whole, untouched, his clothes torn, but no wounds. His voice soft and familiar. "Mama, let me in. I am cold." But his eyes were wrong. Too dark, too wide. His smile stretched too far, showing teeth that weren't his. My grandmother poured ritual ash across the doorway and said, "You are not Emeka." The thing just stared at us. Then it laughed, not his laugh, but something deeper, echoing, like the forest itself was speaking through him. It turned and walked back towards the trees. We thought that was the end. But then children began hearing voices at night, always calling their names, just beyond the trees, always in the voice of someone they loved. My cousin swore he heard his mother. Another child swore he heard his brother. But when checked, none of those people had called out. One night, I heard it too. A whisper just outside my window. "Come, it's safe. I am waiting." It was my uncle's voice. I stayed frozen until dawn. Now, I live in the city. People here laugh when I talk about spirits. They call me superstitious, but sometimes, when the streets are quiet and the wind moves just right, I swear, I hear him. That same voice, that same whisper, calling my name. And when I look towards the dark line of the trees at the edge of the city, I think he is waiting. Morals of the story: he who laughs at the spirit will one day dine with them. Meaning, mocking the unseen often brings you too close to it. The forest does not shout its secrets. It waits for the proud to walk in. Meaning, those who ignore warnings invite their own silence. A child who will not hear the drum beat of the elders will dance to the rhythm of ghosts. Meaning, refusing wisdom leads you into danger unseen. Respect the paths you did not clear. Meaning, the rules of your ancestors were written with blood and memory. Not every voice that calls your name is meant to be answered. Meaning, evil often borrows a familiar tongue. The mouth that mocks the shrine will one day speak for the forest. Meaning, disrespect turns the living into instruments of the dark. Night has ears, and the forest remembers every name it hears. Meaning, words and action carry weight, especially when the spirits are listening. Thank you for watching. Please do well to like, follow, and share this story.